In fact, I'm just really deeply worried that in the last year and a half, we have driven from the State Department some of the most qualified foreign service officers and civil service officers. We have sort of shut down the pipeline for young people. And why does that matter? Well, because there are certain skills, language skills. You know, when I became secretary in 2009, we were still desperate to build up our Arabic language skills, our Urdu, our Pashto, our Dari. I mean, places where we were fighting wars and we didn't have enough people who could understand what was happening in the countries where we were putting our military and our diplomats. So when you just wholesale try to purge the State Department, not with any thoughtful reform, because I had the first really comprehensive reform that I put into place to, think about what the State Department needed to be, to streamline it, to, really try to, make it more efficient, but within the constraints of recognizing, we do need people who speak these languages and know these cultures and understand these histories. In the unit that is supposed to be combating Russian propaganda in our country, we have no Russian speakers. Now, it's pretty hard to combat Russian propaganda or to track it on the internet, because part of how you track it is you understand the linguistic mistakes they make, and you can track it back. When we think about what we have to do with North Korea, we really cleaned, the administration cleaned house in getting rid of people with Korean language skills and prior experience with the North Koreans, and the list goes on. So I'm hopeful, yes, as Andrea said, the new nominee, Mike Pompeo, who's been serving for the last, 18 months or so at the CIA, called me. Now, for any of you who followed the Benghazi hearings, all 9 of them, that might surprise you, because, he certainly went after me, to no avail, I might add, but nevertheless he did. And so he called me and wanted to talk about the State Department, and I was happy to talk to him, because, I think we got to get back to talking to each other, and more importantly, listening to each other. And we can't allow the partisanship and the politicization of everything to interfere with our national interests. And I told him that I thought he should take a hard look at retaining career diplomats who could advise him, because you never know what might happen. You have no idea where the next hot spot or crisis will come from. So I don't have any idea as to whether he will be confirmed or anything he would do if he were, but I think it's important to say, look, we got to get back on a more balanced path in order to protect our interests and to really represent the United States effectively around the world, and that comes primarily out of the State Department.